I understand that they don't have unlimited money. I get it. But we were shut at the end of June, which means that we have had all of our bills still rolling the entire time we've been shut, which accumulates. If your running costs are $10,000 a week and you're getting offered $2,000 a week in support, that $8,000 debt is going to keep on rolling and building up. I now am faced with about $80,000 to pay off when we return, and we're returning on a skeleton staff at that point because not everybody has been able to get the coverage of the vaccination because of the staggered vaccination appointments. I have a couple of people that they moved out of the Sydney metropolitan area because they thought it would be, they'd be able to escape the shutdowns in the future. And I have a few people that have chosen not to vaccinate. So we're going back on a skeleton staff. So there's no way that we'll be able to return to normality at this point. Hopefully into next year we'll reach that point. But right now, if they're going to cut off all financial support, there were businesses that didn't have the opportunity to make any money during that time and their debt kept on accumulating. How do they pay that off? When this lockdown occurred last time, I had some substantial savings, which saved us. At the end of that, I had to pay back all of my back rent, which I finally finished paying it off in May of this year. Now I'm faced with it again. So I'm going to spend the next 2 to 5 years trying to pay off debt that we accumulated during the shutdown, but we're not allowed any extra help. How is that fair? And so it doesn't make sense to me.
For how much longer would you think it would be fair to extend that support for businesses?
I think it has to be a case-by-case basis. If they allowed us to do a claim to show what our financial situation was, perhaps they could choose as to where the financial support is required. I mean, there's a lot of businesses that were able to trade during this time, so therefore they're not going to have ended up like the beauty, the hair industry, like tattooing. We're not going to be able to get back on top anytime soon. What the debt we're facing is like a mountain. I think that they have to realise we're going to need specialised help for the particular businesses that were shut from the very first day, and we were allowed no ongoing help. Like from the point when they're going to shut us off, it's not going to make sense.
So, Kelly,
like, how do you stay in business if you're faced with this new debt on top of all the other things that you have to pay? Like, it's pretty big.
And so, using your example, what do you think would be fair and reasonable to continue to contribute towards you to help you get back on your feet?
For the particular businesses that are facing ginormous debt at the end of this thing, of course, there were some that would have been able to survive. Anyone that was in the food industry, etc., would have had the opportunity to make some money. When you've had no money and all of your leases and your rents and all of your electricity bills and everything are still coming at you, I used every cent of my support, of my business support, to pay bills, and I'm just sitting there with a big pile of them going, I've just got to wait. I'm just begging. I had a telecommunications company report me to a debt collection agency.
Jeez.
And I'm trying to fight my way out of that, and that's through no fault of my own.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't had any actual income for our family the whole time.
And so how have you been getting by, just personally?
I've been getting support from my son who's working, from my father. It's been hard. It's been really embarrassing, actually.
But you're determined to continue on. You mentioned that you're probably going to have to be paying this back for 5 years. Can you see that that's feasible for you to continue on doing that?
Not if it happens again, no. Like, if we're shut down again, what's the point in being in business? Like, there's no reason to continue on. I mean, a lot of businesses shut. Like, a lot of businesses shut this time. And then we're getting attacked for wanting to reopen, which is pretty hard.
What do you mean you're getting attacked?
A lot of us are scared to put anything up on our social media to say that we're going to open before the 1st of December because we're looked upon as lacking integrity. Because we're not taking the stand to service everybody. I mean, we're lucky enough that we have a lot of clients that we will be able to manage to fill the spaces, and a lot of them have been really understanding and saying that they're happy to wait till the 1st of December. But you still feel like you're actually picking and choosing, and a lot of people are angry about it. They're really angry, and they're getting aggressive. They're reporting us to all those, like they screen cap. Like, I've got a lot of people that are in the beauty industry, and the girls are scared to put anything up on their social media, like accepting the fact that they want to go back, and they're forced to only choose vaccinated people. So therefore, they're getting screen captured and sent off to all these sites so that everybody attacks them. Jeez. It's awful.
Yeah, so it's
really awful.
A nightmare situation, not only in terms of finances, but how some members of the community are dealing with this.
Yeah. And I mean, I understand how they feel, but if they only knew what we've actually gone through being shut for so long.
And so, Kelly, we can see the tears falling down your cheeks, and we feel, we feel your pain. But what's the best? So we've just heard the Treasurer and the Finance Minister, they're speaking about how this funding is going to be withdrawn. What's the best thing that they could do to help you continue through the coming months and to ensure your business survives?
I guess help us out with maybe some tax credits for something along the way to make it a little bit easier. I don't know what the answer is, because I do accept that there's not unlimited money, and I know that the government have to try and they're in the same position. They've been left with a huge debt. We've been left with a huge debt. So I guess that I think that they need to have a specialised look at the businesses that ended up in a mountain of debt at the end of this. And that are still left with the repercussions of it. They can't just say, oh, well, bad luck. You need to try and fight back for the next, over the next 5 years. I mean, I don't know how long it'll take me to pay that back, because I don't know what it's going to look like when we actually get back to work, because I don't know how many people will be working. I don't know how long it's going to take us. It's very unknown.